All right, cheers, Ariel. Happy
Cheers.
Pints there. Nice to see you again on our favorite show. This is the only show I really watch, actually. I don't really watch TV, so yeah, I watch our episodes after we're done. That's about all I watch.
Yeah, I have a hard time watching myself on these, so I don't.
Come on, they're getting better.
Good.
Well, this is kind of a special occasion. We've got Thanksgiving this week, and so we figured this would be a nice way for us to hop on and catch up on some things and kind of just talk about some things that we're thankful for this year. I've got a lot that I'm thankful for. I think it's been a really cool year. I mean, I feel like we've covered a lot of ground in
It's
this year.
been a wild year. Yeah.
And so we got a special brew to kind of commemorate this wild year. This one that you just picked up, the Rumpkin.
I'm good from Avery. Yeah, so year of Avery. So yeah, it's one of their specialty, one of their barrel aged beers. I don't normally condone pumpkin anything. Not that I don't like pumpkin, but I think it's overdone. But anyway, so it was, being Thanksgiving Eve, I thought it was appropriate. I did miss I did not look at the ABV before I bought it. So it's 17 and a half. I might have passed had I seen that, but regardless, it's appropriate day for it. Yeah, pumpkin barrel aged from Avery, and it as soon as you open the bottle, it hits you before you even pour it. When you pour it, you can smell it. You can smell the alcohol. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of their barrel aged series. Like they all have a very kind of similar kind of foundation, and but this is that is not overly pumpkin. I actually really appreciate that. I don't get a lot of pumpkin. It's a hint of it, but with that ABV, you take a sip and it's a big in your mouth. Like the alcohol, it kind of clears out my sinuses almost. It's delicious.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's the barrel is probably that foundation because it looks like it's ale brewed with pumpkin and spices aged in rum barrels. So I can definitely taste the rum with every little drink here. And so yeah, brewed with Rocky Mountain water, which is an important part of the ingredients there. Malted barley, pumpkin, nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, hops, and yeast. So yeah, this is a very good seasonal brew for this time of year. Oh man, it is good though. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, yeah. So big year, lot of ground covered. I mean, we got some products out this year that I'm very thankful for that. I mean, we saw the revival of this really cool special product, the QA9, partially in thanks to some of our creative friends in the world that are kind of a little late to the party, but realizing how amazing this product is and kind of bringing that back into the fold and kind of sparking new conversations for us as well. It's
Yeah.
This product for me was a big key highlight for the year. And then like getting to meet Zeno, sorry, his head is cut off, but getting to hear how he's using the QA9, that was really cool. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just kind of going to go through my photos and whatever jogs my memory. But yeah, new photo or new gear. So I mean, QA9 is kind of new old piece, and then we got our
Re-release, yeah.
Our VX8 out in the world, shipped out, started shipping a couple months ago. there's a handful of dealers. Another thing to be thankful for. New dealer of ours up in Seattle, Seattle Hi-Fi. They were one of the first to get one of these in the shop on display, and that's something you can look forward to if you're in the Seattle area. As new products come out from Ayre, Seattle Hi-Fi is going to be one of the first people jumping on those new releases. It sounds like, so that'll be a good place to stay on top of if you want to see the new stuff coming from Ayre.
All right, and I'll just jump ahead a little bit. So we got the KX8, which should be ready to hit the door in just a couple weeks here, and so related to that, I would say thankful for Gunny Sonner, back in Expona. He got paired up with a KX8 in his room, and he raved about it and loved it, and it was a great match for his really, really nice speakers. And we had a great time talking to him, and we had a great video with him as well.
Yeah,
so
he had some great feedback on that product too. I mean, I could tell after hanging out with him for that weekend that he's got some really good critical ears, and he tunes into the right things. You know, he's been one of our new friendships this year that I've been really, really happy that we forged that relationship with. And yeah, he sent us some speakers to test and play around with, because we're an electronics company, and it never hurts to have an extra set of speakers around to just test and reference with, and they're a lot of fun. I love these things. I mean, just what they do at the price that they are just has blown me away, and it's just been just a fun listening experience. Like you look at a driver as big as a 6-inch woofer that's sitting right on the front face of this speaker here, and it commands so much more low end than you would expect. It's so cool. Yeah, and then that was just one of our 2 rooms. So we had, C-Wave, our boys with C-Wave Acoustic from Korea, that was in our other room, and that's just been another really cool, fruitful relationship this year.
Yeah, it has. Those guys are great guys. Really loved hanging out with them, learning from them. It's a totally new perspective, and I'm really looking forward to working with them in the years to come. We have some interesting ideas we're going to collaborate with them on.
Yeah, and we've dropped a little teaser shot on our social media pages, but yeah, we've worked out a pretty prolific strategic kind of partnership with these guys, where we are going to be the proud owner of a new set of reference speakers to test and play around with, and I think that it's going to be a perfect recipe for just kind of revealing every little detail that we need to be tuned into as we're really starting to put the pedal to the metal on some new development around here.
So I'm really excited about you. Yeah, because that's, one thing I'm a little disappointed about this year is how much I've been pulled away from the design side. Stepping in again, with the big, kind of management change this year, having to step in and take on a lot more hats this year, and so I'm really looking forward to very soon getting back to diving deep into the design side. I've got so many projects started, so many things in the fire right now, and I wish I could bring them all out in the next couple of months, but I've got enough to last years at this point. But the next month or so I'm gonna start. I truly finally gonna be able to really dig in and get some traction on a lot of these projects that I've already started. So anyway,
well, you've got one that's right on the fringe of being finished right behind you, it looks like there.
that prototype has been in existence for a few years, and we even took it to a show, I think. So that's the PX8. So that's probably the next product to be released. With it probably won't be look exactly like that, but it's coming soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're rolling with crazy summer and rolling into the busy season, and yeah, maybe a couple months behind schedule on that one, but it's about there. It's about there. We've needed a phono stage for a minute, and
Yeah.
I'm certain, based off the feedback that we've gotten so far from this one, that people will love this as soon as they get a chance to hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, yeah, we'll do a deep dive video on those new C-Wave speakers here soon. There's a lot to unpackage with that one. Got a really special configuration coming to us, so we'll do a whole extra thing on that. Oh, and then in this sign, we've got our Cardis sign behind us. I didn't get a good one with Angela and Josh. Oh, yeah, look at that. Beer, barbecue.
Always count on the crew at Cardis for a good time, for a helping hand, anything. They're the best.
Oh yeah. No, they've been great support this year, and
Great product.
Great products throughout. And as I've stated before, I'm honored to kind of be able to carry that torch for that relationship that Charlie and George forged years ago, and keep our companies nice and tight together, because yeah, they do kind of exactly what we need for that kind of product, and it's just a perfect fit for everything we do. And they're just the coolest people in hi-fi. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any argument there. I don't think anybody can.
Yeah, we have. I'm just gonna drop a bunch of hints and things, because like we've already got a lot kind of starting to stack up for next year, and yes, Angela and I have been talking about a show in March that we are putting together. So something coming around as early as March for Ayre Acoustics and Cardis, and one other participant that is in the works right now. So I'm going to just leave it at that. But yeah, we've got events stacking up from January, might be something in February. We've got something set up for March. We've got a room booked for Axpona already too. Gonna leave that official announcement for another date too. And then we've got Munich, actually just as of today. I haven't even told you this yet, Ariel. we got the room reserved. So we have a room for Munich, and that will also be the official who's in that room will come later. But these are all these things are related to some of the people we were just talking about, and things that we're thankful for this year, and it's already rolling through to the next year. So it's awesome. We'll have this next year will be probably the busiest year that Ayre's had in a while, as far as hitting the road and doing some things. And then yeah, there's some dealer events in the talks and in the works as well. So in between some of these trade shows, we're going to try to drag Ariel out to some dealer events, and we'll see if we can do some meet and greets this year.
Yeah.
Do some listening and hang out and talk hi-fi, and really get a chance to dive into what makes Ayre so cool.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I really, being stuck here at the factory and in front of my computer and designing, enjoy that. I really kind of slowly kind of lose touch with kind of the industry and the market and customers. And so I really do enjoy going to trade shows, going to dealers, and actually talking to people today, and really reconnect with what people are excited about what they're hearing or what they want, their experiences, it really helps kind of ground me and like what we're doing and what they like about what we're doing and all that feedback. It's really powerful and really really important. And so I need to get out more for sure. It really does impact the way I work and my motivation, and as well as like like the actual substance of what I designed, based on people's feedback. It is important, really important feedback. So just sitting in a closed box, closed windows, and ignoring all outside input is valuable for small stints, but not for the long term.
Yeah. Well, you definitely have a lot to offer our community, and it's like I feel like in a lot of things it's almost the people that have the least amount to really contribute or say, or maybe the ones that are talking the most and getting the most people's attention. And we should probably change that a little bit, because there's a lot of things like inherent in our core values and stuff that we do, just like zero feedback approach on every product in specific, not just like our power amps, but like everything throughout, and why that's important. And there's a surprising number of people that are into this hobby, and they don't know what the impact of having feedback in the circuitry is, and how that can interfere with accuracy and time and phase cohesion and the reproduction of the music. And I guess before I came to Ayre, I was so focused on like how many watts is it and what's the noise floor, and just like power and noise were like some of my big points of concern. But now it's about accuracy, timing, phase relation, so much more than just these kind of blunt kind of specs, in a sense. Yeah, we gotta start talking about it more so people know.
Yep, yeah, we do.
And the year is not over. I swear I'm gonna drag you to a show.
Yeah, that's the other. Yeah, no complaint here. I do need to get out some more shows. It's been a while.
Yeah,
and again, like kind of connecting to what we are, to really our whole purpose. Yeah, is enjoying music, and trying to relive that, recreate that in a way. But anyway, yes, we get off some shows.
Yeah, man. Got Victor Wooten in this year, Jerry Cantrell.
We're going.
Got some Red Rocks action in the Mars Volta. This band was so cool. Domi and JD Beck. It was their name, but it was just this 2-piece drums and piano. And one of our followers, fellow Ayreheads out there, pointed out after I kind of shared who they were, like, how are they on Blue Note Records? Because like their first debut album is on Blue Note Records.
Oh, wow.
They're like kids. They're young, man. They're like early 20s and very socially awkward. And but but they're amazing musicians, and they have some amazing guests on that debut record, and they made it on the Blue Note. So that was kind of one of those really cool, unexpected discoveries for me this year, is Domi and JD Beck. But, yeah, going to live shows for me is super important, because I mean it's music is what I've always done. If I'm not here during the day, kind of focused on the product and advancing this, I'm either playing music or going to a show or listening to music. Like there's never a time where it's not kind of the focus of what I'm doing. And I think it just kind of helps with that daily motivation of just like keep on moving the needle coming up with new ideas and concepts and that are relevant to what we're doing. Like production's been kicking butt this year too. I mean, like we've changed a lot around as far as how we're doing production, and getting a little more help from our friends at QSC in some products, and then we've brought in some amazing new techs and stuff this year too. So I mean, overall production's been rocking and feeling good compared to COVID years prior.
Yeah. Yes, definitely big thanks to Rich, who we also had on the video a few months ago. Rich at QSC. Big thanks to them. They're a really important partner for us, getting our circuit boards built, stuffed. They're pretty much our we rely on them heavily, and they're a great partner. They're right down the street, and so it's really easy to work with them, deal with any issues, get them addressed quickly and efficiently. So yeah, they've been a great partner for pretty much as long as I've been here. So more than 27 years. I think they've been maybe
it's 29, I think.
From everybody said, yeah, I think maybe 29 years we've been working with them.
Yeah, that was one of the big factoids I took away from our Margarita with Ayre episode with Rich.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's just 1 year less than we've been in business. So he's been working with Charlie and so on throughout the ages with Ayre. So
yeah,
they know what we need.
Yeah. So big thanks to Rich. For sure, we would not be where we are without them right now. But yeah, talking about production. Yeah, we're shifting. It's not necessarily fashion, but we are shifting the way some of our production works, and trying to get more efficient, more you're getting our timing better so we can deliver products faster, and so that will continue to shift. We've got plans to try to improve every single area of production, as far as from inventory to storage to building to testing to shipping. It's all being tweaked still. So we're doing pretty good right now, but it's going to get better, and really excited.
Yeah, I mean, we got VX8s kind of pre-built back there now, to the point where we've got some dealers who can get a same day shipment once an order comes in, or if we receive payment or they're on terms. But I mean, like that's a product we've been able to ship out pretty immediately, and then other products that maybe have some configurable options might lag a little behind there, a couple days to a week or two maybe from time to time. But overall, like, we're shooting for immediate gratification when orders come through, as much as we can.
Yep.
And so just this more new dealers are popping up, but this is a international one. So this was a picture that came through. Oh, so beautiful. From Norway, new dealer up there, Hi-Fi Hub, and they've got, as you can see here, monoblock R series MXRs. They got VXR stereo amp on display, so whichever you want to demo there, and KXR, QX5, and this beautiful Isotech power center here. Isotech's one of my kind of personal approved power people. I like them a lot myself, but it's just a great looking setup, and it's paired up with some focals, I think, right now. But yeah, they just had their grand opening, and it's kind of looks like this quaint Victorian kind of era little house, and then every room is a different listening room, different setup. It's really cool. So yeah, Hi-Fi Hub in Norway are some new partners.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, and then gosh, I'm thankful for this encounter. This was a big deal for me, because this is Marjorie Bomber from Rocky Mountain Audio Fest, and we met her at Axpona, and it was the last night that we were scheduled to be there, and it was just a pretty quick interaction. But I was so thankful because Rocky Mountain Audio Fest is kind of what caught my attention for hi-fi and kind of changed my trajectory entirely, because up until then it was and this was, I think, Rocky Mountain 2017, but up till that point it was all recording, live sound, guitar, bass amps, like that kind of technology was my life up until then. And just having that first proper hi-fi experience, it's caused me to never look back. I mean, it helped me, like, I remember so vividly the experiences of that first Rocky Mountain Audio Fest, just getting exposed to all this level of equipment that it'll just live with me forever. But had I not had that experience, I would have never looked outside of the world I came from, wouldn't have discovered PS Audio, and wouldn't have wound up over here subsequently from that from that experience. And yeah, so Marjorie she's huge deal for me, just as far as my career now in hi-fi. It's kind of thanks to her, and if it wasn't for her, I would not be at Ayre Acoustics. So thanks to Marjorie, and thanks for Rocky Mountain Audio Fest.
Yeah,
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if anyone wants to see Rocky Mountain Audio Fest again, they should go bug her on Facebook. Go on the Facebook page and say, we want Rocky Mountain. Just let her know. Be good stuff for her to hear.
Yeah, we would sort of love to have it back. Since it's in our backyard, it's the best of all worlds for us, but that's being pretty selfish. But
well,
we're allowed to be from time to time.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, we're pretty humble throughout the year otherwise, so but in the regard of me going to all these concerts, share, like these bands that come through Denver, a lot of the time they either start here or they end here, and it's because of DIA. I mean, like, logistically speaking, like, traveling to Denver globally for a lot of people is a lot easier than trying to fly into some of these other airports that don't have as many internationally connected flights. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one thing to be selfish, but at the same time, we're kind of trying to do a favor for everyone on the global level. I mean, I think people would rather travel to Denver than, I don't know, Chicago or something, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Rocky Mountain, that would be awesome. That'd be huge. Yeah. We did this cool event this year. That was so much fun. Right. It was like the first in-house event probably in a while, or maybe even since we've been at this building.
In this building, yeah. I think we had one other event with the Colorado Audio Society at our old location 10 or 12 years ago, I think. But yeah, at our new factory in Niwot, yeah, this is the first event we've held.
Yeah, I mean, we had like between 25 or 30 people or something that came to this, and it sounded like everyone had a blast and wants us to do that again. And so we'll probably host a follow-up here soon to kind of show off our Sonor legato duos and our C-Wave AM45 soon, maybe a couple other cool toys. My buddy Duncan over at YG and we've been talking a lot more lately, so there's some more, and I guess renewed communication between YG and Ayre Acoustics, so that'll be kind of fun. I know there's a lot of crossover users out there with Ayre and YG and as their system now. We got that Colorado Pride thing going, but those guys, they're great people. I mean, as I got to meet so much of the team at Munich this year, and so it seems like they're all kind of on the same track and page as we are. right now as far as their mission for their company, and just kind of really they're just making a big mark for themselves this year. This last year I've seen a huge kind of change in what they've been doing as well. I like it. We'll be doing some new Ayre and YG stuff here soon. But yeah, so many things. We were on Stereophile. We got the VX8 on Stereophile cover for October, and it was a finalist in their amplification product of the year. So it was was a finalist. It wasn't selected as the amplification product of the year. That was a little loaded though, because they had a couple I think what they chose was an integrated amp with a phono stage built into it. But you know, it's the VX8 was nestled in there with you know, a couple integrateds that were feature packed, and then I don't know, some expensive mono blocks, a couple sets of expensive mono blocks. But I think it just kind of highlights the value that stereo amp has to offer. I think it was one of the only stereo power amps out of the finalists on that too. So yeah, I mean, it's got that Ayre signature sound, and it's under 10 grand, and it just sounds fantastic. So
yeah. So along with that, we had a couple other recent really good reviews and write-ups. Was it, you posted one recently?
So there was in the UK.
Yeah,
that was the most recent one. There was one from the UK for the EX8 and the CX8, and Soundstage Australia did one this year as well, I believe, for the CX8. Which that product it's you know, since it's launched last year, it is, I mean, last year it might have been the top, but I mean, it's probably tied or neck and neck with the EX8 in terms of our most popular product right now.
Yep. Yeah, it is. So yeah. Again, like kind of, and I think both of them are right up there with, I would say, some of our most reliable products ever. We have not, I don't think we received any CX8s back for service at this point. They've been rock solid. So they're just certainly part of our objective is, you know, continual improvement. So all products getting more and more reliable. Keep learning. You know, not only sounding better, but also more reliable and durable.
Yeah, since I've come to know the 8 series, I just it seems like it's us working. I feel like I've said this before too, but it's us working smarter, not harder in some regards. It seems like we're doing some things that are a little more efficient, maybe, in this design.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Although there's plenty of hard work behind the scenes, but
yeah, watching you load microscopic parts onto those circuits, it's pretty fascinating. I don't think I can do that. Oh, this was a cool one. This was an awesome visit this year. So these are our friends at Grace Design, and if our hi-fi friends out there watching don't know Grace Design, they're in Lyons. They're like 15-20 minutes away from us, and they manufacture, you know, recording and live sound equipment for musicians, pro audio type of stuff. But they go way back. Like Michael was friend of Charlie's, right?
Yeah, they go way back to their kind of Roland days. They're way back. And we have, you know, we have helped each other out on various projects over the years. It's great. And we've been threatening to have them on as guests also.
Well, yeah, I might have to You know, I don't think there's any shame in this, but I might set us up with like a Patreon or something for anyone out there who wants to contribute to that production quality, because yeah, cameras and microphones are expensive. I've yeah, I got us part of the way there, and I have not been able to keep making those investments, and so we need to get our studio set up, because yeah, the whole intention was to invite them over here. You know, they have their own kick-ass recording studio that they could probably record from and do that, but they're buddies of ours. We want to invite them over and hang out, have them here with us. So we'll definitely try to do that soon. But you know, that's me holding 2 of their product. I went over to buy from them 2 microphone preamps, since we don't have one yet, and I loaded them up in my 500 series rack, and so when the time comes, when we make those last couple of pieces fall into place for our setup there, Ariel and I are going to sound really good. We're going to sound awesome. Which, as like a recording engineer, and for us working for like a hi-fi audio company, I have to really try not to beat myself up too much over some of the audio challenges on some of these productions.
Yeah,
but sometimes you just got to let it ride.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it was an inspiring meeting. I mean, they flipped on several light bulbs for me, at least, and you know, I think I was kind of moving in kind of that direction a little bit before I came to Ayre in terms of product design and development. So you know, I'm really inspired now, having gotten a chance to meet them and get some of their hardware in the shop here and play around with it. So very excited.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I've got, yeah, in our talks, we have, you know, come up with a lot of new ideas that were already like outside of my, you know, kind of core thinking. And so, yeah, we've got some plans for some really, really cool stuff that'll have really big impact. I'm really excited about.
Yeah. Yeah, and then based off that, some of the stuff that Zeno was saying on our video with him a couple weeks back, I mean, God, I mean, it's just really cool to hear the amount of influence that our equipment's had in a creative sense already, because he's had close between 500 or 600 albums that he's put out using the QA9 as his last stage of conversion before going back into his mastering software. And that's prolific. That's a big number in just a short period of time. I mean, he's putting a lot of works out into the world, and that's just one person, you know. So if we can start distributing more of that type of equipment en masse, I mean, I think all of our recordings are going to start to sound a lot nicer. Well, I don't want to toot our own horn too much. I mean, it's kind of turning in from like what we're thankful for to like how proud we are, and maybe we should leave it in.
Yeah. So give some more thanks out. So big thanks to Jim White. Always great guy to talk to. Again, as we've discussed on videos before, provides us with some of our transformers. Fantastic. And just a huge unquestioned supporter. If I need help with anything, work related or not, he's always there for me. Huge thanks to Jim.
Yeah, cheers to Jim. Can we talk about that just a little bit real quick, like the transformer thing? Because I don't feel like we talk about that at all much. Yeah, yes, permission.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we've talked about in the past, but
well, I mean, I guess specifically on what they're winding for us. Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I just think
I'm just about finished this, so yeah, I'm feeling loose.
Yeah.
But
that's my plan. Is to wait till you're finished to start asking questions.
Yeah. So I think and again, maybe I'm wrong, but so we talked to Jim maybe 2 years ago at this point about transformers, and I think that about so he has started manufacturing his own transformers, and he has provided us with some of our transformers now, and so exclusively for the CX8 has used Jim's transformers, and then we have started using them for the VX5 and AX5. Have started using some of Jim's transformers. We had a couple noise issues, and so he was able to provide us a solution for those products that met our needs and increase the performance a little bit. So I think that's all so far.
Yeah.
I think he's certainly, thinks he's still kind of testing the waters as far as transformer production, and so I'm not sure if he's gonna dive in or not, but we are kind of one of his test subjects, I'll call it.
Yeah, well, it just having that close of a relationship to begin with has been awesome from like a development standpoint, because we can have like that really close, unfiltered kind of communication with each other and kind of let them know what our expectations are out of these transformers. And it's kind of helped us kind of get closer to achieving some more of the performance that we're hoping for, because and yeah, he's not doing that for anyone else, I don't think. So we're like as much as he can handle at this point. So I feel pretty honored that we're able to pull enough of his time away for those three products for now. But yeah, CX8, AX5, VX5 have custom wound transformers for Ayre by Aesthetics, and that is super cool. Oh shoot, there's something else about that I was going to say, and I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, well, I guess those are probably not cheaper for us to go that route. Having a product of that level, I mean, we could have probably gone a number of different directions in the last few years as some of that COVID's parts chaos madness was ensuing, and we could have probably tried to do some other things to cut costs and
Sure.
and go a different route. But we would rather go a route that we trust and we feel good about, and we kind of know what we're getting ourselves into, more or less. I mean, yeah, I think that's just kind of a cool thing to highlight, is that when a lot of companies, especially in these last few years, are trying to minimize costs, we're still trying to maximize performance.
Yep.
So thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost too much, man. There's so much. I mean, some of these meetings this year at Axpona and then again at Munich has really given me a lot of ideas for new kind of reference level products and stuff too. I mean, like there's just like a lot of really cool things that we've been talking about recently that have just come about from this year alone. So there's always like just something great to be had at the other side of a lot of challenges and adversity. And I think Ayre has kind of passed a lot of the challenging part, and we're starting to move into kind of the blessings part.
We're getting there. Yeah. I still see plenty of challenges ahead, but I see a path through all of it. So yeah, I'm not overly stressed about it, but
Yeah,
there's plenty of hard work ahead.
it's how
I
you,
see
yeah,
a lot of reward ahead as well.
it's just how you look at everything. It's like, if I have a problem that I'm dealing with, I usually try to look at it as a challenge and not a problem, or some kind of issue per se, but it kind of brings out my competitive nature. And so any sort of problem becomes a challenge that I want to overcome. And yeah, yeah, this year, yeah, there's been plenty of challenges, but once we get on the other side of it, it's like, that's why all this was going on. All right, Ariel. Well, I am thankful for you. I'm still chipping away at my almost 18% beer. It looks like you finished yours.
Not quite.
No, not quite.
Right.
Is there anything else that you can think of that you want to bring to light?
Oh, besides the big ones, big thanks to my family and my wife for putting up with my long hours this year. This has been a big change this year. So, they're fully supportive and on board with the goals of the company. So, big thanks there. Big thanks to you for kind of pushing me to take on at the beginning of the year, for taking on keeping the company here, keeping it rolling, with big goals for the year. So thanks to you.
Well, cheers, man. Well, it's a big legacy that you have built with Charlie. It wasn't like it's just Charlie's thing. And so it's like, this is us doing this now. So yeah, man, there's a lot to look forward to. We have such a cool foundation laid out for us, and just, yeah, a huge path forward in a couple different directions too. It's like in my perspective, like 3 different paths ahead that we're gonna tackle simultaneously, and I think it'll be big for us. So I'm excited. Dream big, execute big.
All right.
But cheers to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. We're thankful for our Ayreheads, all couple hundred of you that regularly tune into our videos here. And yeah, it's great. I do really appreciate those bits of feedback too. I mean, I get a lot of phone calls from people that watch regularly, and some of the messages through social media kind of commenting on the videos or giving us ideas and things to talk about. I mean, I love that stuff. I never thought I would become a YouTuber per se. So any sort of feedback from our community, I'll take into consideration. But love seeing that. I mean, even if it's 10 people that get something out of this, I've been having a lot of fun doing this with you, and we'll keep doing it.
Awesome.
All right, everyone. Well, cheers. Happy Thanksgiving.
Cheers.